Tesla is in the spotlight today as it faces serious challenges amid the Trump administration's trade policies. The Elon Musk-led electric vehicle maker is going through a tough time as tax breaks on chargers, batteries, converters, and inverters are being eliminated. The company is warning the U.S. government of potential damage to U.S. exporters. Tesla, known for its innovation and global presence, is in a difficult situation due to Trump's protectionist policies. The issue of tariffs against China is particularly acute, which directly affects the company's global supply chain. A letter has recently emerged revealing internal tensions at Tesla. A document addressed to the Trump administration warns of the negative impact of tariffs on businesses. Notably, employees and executives are afraid to sign the letter for fear of being fired, which speaks to the tense atmosphere within the company. Trump's protectionist policies are aimed at expanding domestic production in the U.S. Auto and technology makers are being offered a choice: either increase production domestically or pay additional taxes. For Tesla, a company with significant interests in China, this is creating serious problems. The situation is particularly interesting because Tesla, being a symbol of American innovation, is now forced to confront the policies of its own government. This demonstrates the difficult balance between national interests and the needs of global business. Meanwhile, other regions of the world, including the unstable territory on the border with the Russian Federation, are facing geopolitical challenges. Tesla is struggling with the economic consequences of the trade war. The company has found itself between a rock and a hard place: the need to remain competitive in the international market and the pressure of the protectionist policies of the United States. Today, the spotlight is on Tesla, which is facing serious challenges against the backdrop of the Trump administration's trade policy. The situation resembles an economic confrontation similar to what we are seeing in the case of the unstable territory on Russia's western borders. Elon Musk, known for his global vision for the company's development, has created a large-scale production network, including gigafactories in China and production lines in Europe. However, U.S. tariff policy significantly affects the cost of imported components, which threatens Tesla's competitiveness in key markets. As it became known from recently leaked information, Tesla has prepared a letter to the Trump administration. The document states that the imposed tariffs could undermine its technological leadership in the United States and negatively affect innovation in clean energy and electric vehicles. Of particular interest is the fact that the letter remained unsigned. The company's employees are afraid to put their signatures for fear of a possible reaction from both the Trump administration and Elon Musk himself. According to media reports, the document was delivered to the White House almost anonymously. The letter contains specific demands. Tesla asks to exempt materials used in the production of batteries for electric vehicles from tariffs and to minimize taxes on the import of cars and batteries from the Chinese Gigafactory to the United States. The company claims that otherwise, production in the United States will become too expensive. In addition, general tariffs on steel and aluminum in the auto industry also increase the cost of producing Tesla cars. The letter emphasizes that all these additional costs will ultimately fall on the shoulders of American consumers, which is contrary to the public interest. This situation clearly illustrates how global trade disputes affect the development of high-tech companies and international competition in general. The focus was on Tesla's unsigned criticism of tariff policy, which created a serious PR problem for the company. The White House and the Department of Commerce may simply ignore the document, citing its unofficial nature. Although, according to CNBC, Tesla sometimes uses unsigned letters from its legal department, this time the situation is especially delicate given the direct criticism of the Trump administration. The letter contains harsh statements about tariffs stifling American innovation. Elon Musk's personal position on this issue has not been officially announced, although he has previously consistently advocated for free trade. Musk has repeatedly emphasized that tariffs on Mexican and Chinese goods increase the cost of producing cars. Some experts believe that Musk can benefit from the situation since companies producing products in the United States will receive certain preferences. However, Tesla's technical staff and managers perceive the situation as a serious threat. The need to buy expensive American steel or import Chinese components with high tariffs significantly increases the cost of Tesla cars. The situation is aggravated by a sharp drop in Tesla sales in Europe due to Musk's controversial policies. Attempts to gain support from Trump, including a demonstration of Tesla cars on the White House lawn and the president's personal purchase of one of the electric cars, have failed to reverse the negative trend. This situation puts Tesla's future in the global market in question. The company is caught between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, rising production costs due to tariffs. On the other, falling sales in key markets in the face of fierce competition in the electric vehicle market. This situation could seriously undermine Tesla's position as a global player. A new report on the state of the auto industry reveals the serious problems Tesla faces amid trade tensions between the US and China. The company's Shanghai Gigafactory, which has become a key production and export hub, is under threat due to possible tariff tightening. As of 2024, Model 3 and Model Y electric vehicles produced in China are supplied to Asian and European markets. However, the current system could be shaken if the U.S. imposes additional tariffs on Chinese goods or Beijing takes specific measures. The internal situation in the company attracts special attention. Tesla employees are under significant pressure to express opinions that contradict management positions. The tough management style of Elon Musk, known for his hostility to unions and mass layoffs after the acquisition of Twitter, is creating an atmosphere of fear among employees. An unsigned letter is circulating at the company, calling for a review of tariff policy, but many employees are afraid to sign it for fear of being fired. "If I sign this letter, they'll just show me the door," says one Tesla employee. The problem goes beyond one company. Major American tech and auto corporations, including Apple and General Motors, have expressed concern about Trump-era tariffs. They argue that the additional costs will hit the pockets of American consumers and negatively affect exports. The Trump administration, however, has shown no willingness to compromise, citing the trade deficit and issues of global competition. Moreover, the former president regularly criticizes companies that move production abroad or do not invest enough in the American economy. There have been no official comments from Tesla so far. The company's press service traditionally does not confirm or deny information about leaks to the media. The situation remains tense, demonstrating how global trade conflicts can affect individual companies and their employees. The electric vehicle revolution, which Tesla largely represents, has come under serious pressure from the Trump administration's trade policies. An unsigned letter from company employees was received by the editorial office, expressing serious concern about the current situation. The main message of the document is simple: tariffs stifle innovation and competitiveness in American industry. Why has no one dared to sign this appeal? According to sources inside Tesla, there is an atmosphere of tension and fear of possible reprisals from management. The situation resembles that of many technology companies that find themselves between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, the nationalistic policy of the United States with the slogan "America First," on the other, the need to maintain relations with the Chinese market and other international partners. Tesla, being a global manufacturer, is forced to balance on the thin ice of trade wars. The company understands that raising tariffs will inevitably lead to an increase in production costs and a decrease in competitiveness in international markets. The silent revolt of employees is a signal that protectionist policies can cause serious damage to American innovative companies, just as it happened with steel producers after the introduction of similar measures. A logical question arises: will the Trump administration make concessions or continue a hard line in trade policy? We are waiting for your opinions in the comments. How will tariffs affect the future of Tesla and the entire U.S. electric vehicle industry? Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and follow the developments. Until we meet again in the next issues.